Our next guest is turning into be what will be an equal friendship once he's elected that we have enjoyed with Congressman, soon to be Senator Donovan. In the fight down in Indianapolis this past spring, democracy was stepped on, freedom's thrown out the window, and respect for all of us just flat out gone. Many stood with us. One stood out, at least for me. One day down there, when we were loud and proud and respectful, one representative stood up, walked outside, opened the door to that chamber where those Republicans were stomping all over freedom. This representative opened the door. My good friend Dave Johnson, steward over here at the Kokomo transmission plant, took that door from him, and Scott Reske said, "Listen to the people. Listen to the people." Well, they did. But brothers and sisters, when he goes to Washington, D.C., and they got 2 bills for national right to work up there on that hill there, Scott Reske's going to fight that like he fought here in Indiana. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the next congressman in the 5th District, Scott Reske. Yeah!
Thanks, everybody. It's good to see a lot of the faces from the State House fight. David, you're my brother forever, man. We held that door open. We held that door open. The Indiana Constitution said the chamber doors shall be open during the debate, anytime a vote happens. And the Republicans decided right to work was not a good vote, and they wanted to hide it. So they shut the doors, and we wouldn't let them do it. So we opened that door, and David over there helped me keep that door open. And I'll tell you what, you know, I'm 28 years in the Marine Corps. I've heard a few bombs go off in my life, but I'll tell you what, when we opened that door, and a lot of you were part of this, when we heard that screaming, my ears went deaf right away because it was as loud as any bomb I've ever had go off beside me. It was wonderful. Goosebumps, you probably carried goosebumps for days from that. So I was proud, like Rick said, and John Bartlett, I was very, very proud to stand up and fight for working families here in Indiana. That was nothing but wrong. It was us being right and taking on the bad. It was the working family taking on the rich and the haves. And I tell you what, I'll probably never be prouder of anything than that fight we put up. And like John Bartlett said, we may have lost the battle, but I don't believe we won the war. Now, different page in my life now. I'm running for Congress in the 5th District. The 5th District, if you don't know, the boundaries are changed. And part of it used to be in my mentor, Joe Donnelly's area. The new 5th, as far as Howard County, includes everything east of the city limits. So it's in Howard County, it's the city limits. It also includes Hamilton County. I know some of you may be from Hamilton County. It's got the northern part of Indianapolis. Madison County, where I live, I've been the state rep out of there for 10 years. And it's got a Grant County, all of Tipton, all of Grant, and a little bit of Blackford County. Now I'll tell you that the number one issue in this country is it's blatant, it's jobs and the economy. A lot of people are upset about the national debt, but there's another thing that's creeping in, especially after this weekend, when the other side, Mitt Romney, picked the champion of getting rid of Medicare and Social Security, Paul Ryan, to be his running mate. And I know a lot of you feel like you've lost your right to collective bargaining. You feel like that's going down the drain. A lot of your colleagues in labor have lost their pensions. Well, I'll tell you what, they're coming after Social Security and Medicare now. And if you don't believe it, all you got to do is look back. Look at your brothers and sisters in other places who lost their pensions. They are determined to get rid of Medicare. They're determined to get rid of Social Security. And all I can do is tell you this, just like I stood up for you at the State House. I will be damned if they take your Social Security. I will be damned if they take your Medicare. They are not going to reduce your benefits. They are not going to make you pay more for those benefits. You've been paying for that all your working life. Now, some of them are saying, especially my opponent, is saying, well, it's only going to be those people under 55. Well, do the math, people. If you're 55, you've been paying into Social Security and Medicare for 35 years. Are you ready for that to be taken away? Hell no. So that's the one promise I'll make to you. I was chair of economic development for Indiana House, and jobs are the #1 focus. I'll tell you what, though, I will be damned if they take your Medicare and Social Security. And part of making sure they don't do that is that we focus as a Congress on jobs in this economy. So I appreciate your time. I love being here. I love to see some of my fellow warriors out there that helped us at the State House. And love all of you. Thank you very much.